Hey there, Mary Sheila here with BioYouth Labs, and I want to talk about meal timing in relationship to blood sugar stability. Meal timing. So again, one of the things I'm talking a lot about with blood sugar balance is that blood sugar balance is a hormonal part of who we are, and our hormones run on a circadian rhythm. So having our meals at similar times each day is an important part of creating and establishing blood sugar balance. And this is something that you can look back and see that, you're probably your grandparents or great grandparents or even parents might have done this as well and been very consistent with mealtime. It really helps to set the body up for success, to know what's coming in, and to help us to regulate our digestive system and our blood sugar balance. When you eat and how you space your meals and snacks throughout the day can have a significant impact on blood sugar levels. So I'll explain a little bit more details about this relationship between meal timing and blood sugar, along with a list of tips to support optimal blood sugar control. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is balanced meals. Eating balanced meals that include a combination of carbohydrates, proteins, and healthy fats can really help to stabilize blood sugar levels. And I talk about this all the time. So you can go back to some of the other videos here on our blog or on our YouTube channel and see that, this is a big part of my teaching that really helps people to, stabilize their hormonal system, which in the long run helps with, it can help with blood sugar, it can help with sleep, it can help with blood sugar balance, blood pressure, mood. I mean, everything is so connected to, regulating our hormones. So when we eat like this with these balanced meals, it slows down the absorption of carbohydrates, preventing rapid spikes in blood glucose. So when we have a regular eating schedule and we maintain consistent eating by having meals and snacks at roughly the same time each day, that can really help to actually regulate our blood sugar levels. When we have irregular eating patterns, that can lead to irregular blood sugar fluctuations. Like all of a sudden I get really hungry, so my cortisol spikes and I release stored glucose and I might have a blood sugar spike without even eating anything, right? If we do, a lot of people these days are doing things like intermittent fasting and extended periods without food, and that can affect blood sugar as well. So that's okay to do, but it's essential to monitor and adjust fasting schedules carefully, especially if you do have diabetes or other health conditions. So you don't have to be so extreme and just do one meal a day, but ultimately, when I think about intermittent fasting, I think if all of us were on a schedule of 12 and 12 hours of eating, but again, I'm not saying eat for 12 hours, have maybe 3 meals within those 12 hours, but then those other 12 hours, you're not eating. So that means after 7 p.m., let's say, you're not eating, right? Or maybe it's after 8 p.m. if you don't start until 8, right? That's important, and that is a huge game changer. So if you're going to eat regularly and you're going to eat on a schedule and you're going to do maybe some intermittent fasting or at least a 12 and 12 schedule, you want to aim to have 3 balanced meals. And maybe if you needed a healthy snacks in between those meals. However, if you're eating 3 balanced meals, you might not need it. Like a snack is something that if you're truly hungry. So ask yourself, am I hungry, right? And again, you might need more snacks if you skip meals. So if you prioritize those balanced meals, and I know that's hard for a lot of people, but it's super essential. But you want to avoid skipping meals because that can lead to those blood sugar spikes when you finally do eat. And it also means you're probably going to be craving carbs and sugar. And that brings me to the next point. You want to opt for complex carbohydrates, okay? And that's going to be things like whole grains, legumes, and vegetables like root vegetables and winter squash. These foods release glucose much more gradually into the bloodstream rather than, pasta, chips, crackers, breads, sweet drinks. Those are refined carbohydrates. Those raise our blood sugar very quickly. So yes, carbohydrates, they're not evil. We still need them. We just need to make sure we have the right one. or the right kind. And the other thing when it comes to eating balanced meals is a balanced meal, not only is it protein, carbs, fats, and like we're talking about the timing at the same time, but it's also the portion sizes are correct for our body, right? So we want to be mindful of portion sizes to avoid overeating. So, you know, that's going to mean like a quarter of your plate is a protein, a quarter of your plate is your starch, half of your plate is your non-starchy vegetables, and there's a little bit of fat. That's a balanced meal that, you know, can make you feel satisfied at the end of the meal and help stabilize your blood sugar balance. So I already talked about this a little bit, but when you practice meal timing, that also means that you want to avoid large or heavy meals close to bedtime, as that's going to lead to much higher fasting blood sugar levels in the morning. And, you know, if you're going out for the day and and it's going to be during a mealtime, bring food with you, right? Bring your lunch. Just whatever you're going to make at home, bring with you. Keep healthy snacks on hand for moments when you need them, right? So you're going to have the healthy snacks, but more than anything, just bring a healthy lunch with you, or a healthy snack, a healthy breakfast, whatever time of day it is, right? Because if you just bring like a little bag of nuts or a bar, you're going to likely be hungry pretty quickly afterwards, and who knows what you're going to eat. And sometimes we have to plan our meals around our exercise. So, you know, if you exercise first thing in the morning, you might do that on an empty stomach. I know there's some nutritionists that say never to do that, but, you know, sometimes you might feel kind of nauseous if you're exercising on a full stomach or having food. Some people need to exercise with a little something in their belly. And then sometimes maybe it's an hour or 2 hours before you exercise, you're eating a meal, and then you're planning on eating something after. So, you know, you just have to listen to your body, listen to your hunger cues, and decide how much of a workout it's going to be. But, you know, again, planning around having a bit of a schedule for your sleep time, for your meal time, for your exercise time, your movement time. It's all connected. And the more we can have those rhythms in our day, right? It feels so good when we can say at the end of the day, oh yeah, I ate 3 good meals, I did a workout, and I'm going to bed and it's not too late. Like, I've had a good, successful day. Yay me, right? That feels good. But that's what our body, our physiology really wants and craves, for us to have good health. And what else happens when we have balanced meals that are on a similar time? It means we can focus on our hydration in between those meals. And that's also going to help with our hunger cues, and it's a good way to just really support the body. Support our body, because we're watery beings. We need water. We don't need it all with our food. We need it more away from our food. Okay, I hope that is helpful and really tells the story about why you want to have balanced meals, regular meals, plan your meal times. It is okay to prioritize yourself, your health, your nutrition over all the other things that are in your schedule. Okay, you got to put yourself first. All of us do. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of the BioYouth Labs community, and I look forward to seeing you soon.